Thirsty in Mukwonago writes, Dear Pale People, how do you write a song? I've always wanted to try, but none of my friends know how. What a good question, Thirsty. We've refined this into a 9-step process. You ready?
Step 1. Steal shit.
The song that initially inspired the riff for Surface Tension was a song called Come Back by the Foo Fighters. It's off their album One by One. And it has this riff where it alternates using just a basic power chord where it keeps opening up the low E. The example being so it starts on a C sharp and does this. That's all we'll play for that for copyright's sake. So I decided to change the key and just do something really similar. Just take a B power chord and then you just start lifting off fingers basically, and I'll demonstrate that as. And then as per usual, my inclination is to go to the minor 6 chord. It's a very doo-woppy move to go. I took that and I moved it down a whole step, so it's not stealing. If I had my way, it would have just done that for minutes upon minutes and everyone would have gotten tired of it. Mac interjected and suggested that we mix up some of the chords.
Step 2. Steal shit.
So there's an early 20th century composer, Gustav Holst. You might have heard of him. He's most famous for writing The Planets, which is an orchestral suite based on the 8 planets. One of the most famous movements out of that piece is Jupiter, and Jupiter has this really lovely line that goes... which is much more beautiful in an orchestral setting, e.g. So what I did is I stole that shit, added it to the end of what what's-his-name over there wrote, and then took the whole thing home to begin writing the piano part.
Step 3. Write the piano part.
Proving once again that it's perfectly okay to steal stuff from people who wrote it before copyright laws were around.
Step 4. Lyrics.
So we wrote this song for the Godzilla rock opera that we were writing, Lizard Monster Eats Everybody, available everywhere. Probably the most difficult part of the song was that I was writing the lyrics to match a plot idea that we had already decided was going to be there. And we had never done that before. Always before we come up with the music, and it doesn't much matter what the song itself is about. It can be about anything from the Titanic to a serial arsonist to serial killers to King Lear. This time, it was very specifically going to be about this point in the story. Writing lyrics to match that and to pace it well was extremely difficult. I had to guess which musical ideas that we were playing around with would fit that topic, and the topic was, the kaiju has returned, the world is very different from the world that he left 65 million years ago. There's nowhere really comfortable for him to sit down, all his old friends are dead, there are these tiny things all over the place, and he is the last of his kind.
It's like a high school reunion.
60 million years I slumbered deep under the sea, dreaming dreams of smoke and thunder and a bright light shattering me, while my body twisted slowly in the soundless mud, heavy with blood, heavy with blood.
Step 5. Show the band.
I bring the song in, show it to everybody. It goes over pretty well, except Kurt doesn't like the chorus.
Step 6, Kurt hates the chorus.
So why didn't you like the chorus, Kurt?
It was boring, Mac. It was boring. I hated it. I found the riff to be a little repetitive, For what it served its purpose fine in the song, but I didn't find it exciting at all.
So the original chorus of the song went like this. No living thing can stop me now. The sunlight breaks upon my brow and rips me from this catacomb. My body barrels through the foam. Oh, happy world, I'm coming home.
And I was like, maybe we can add some more movement to it. Sage, rest his soul, was totally fine with it.
This is a part of the process that I used to have a lot of resistance to, that part being feedback of any kind. And over the years, as I have grown wiser, I and we have realized that most of our best songs tend to be the ones where we're taking a pretty equal share of the creative work.
50-50. I'd written this part in B. I loved it. He made it much better by adding the whole thing. So we were already collaborating so much on the verse. By the time we got to the chorus, I was like, maybe I can save him the same way he saved me. And so after band practice one day, Mac and I stuck around and we spent a couple hours just hashing out this 15 seconds of the song.
Yeah.
And we went through a number of combinations of things, like maybe it'll change time signatures. Maybe we'll modulate a whole bunch.
And eventually, here's what you do. You get rid of the whole steppy thing, which I do in every song anyway.
Don't you feel better? Don't you feel better? Won't you feel better? Don't you feel better?
And you change it to something that sounds a little deliberately prettier. So it's not from this catacomb, my body barrels through the foam. Oh, happy world, I'm coming home.
The down, 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 that was the part that was getting to me.
Yeah. First of all, you add some variation in the melody, right? So it's not the same thing going over and over and over again. Maybe instead go, from this catacomb, my body barrels through the foam. Oh, happy world, I'm coming home. That's getting a little higher, a little more emotional. There's more excitement in it. There's more variety in it.
It moves.
Yeah. It's also, I think, worth pointing out that the original chorus was not a bad chorus.
No, it wasn't.
It's just that it's always okay to throw out the stuff that's just okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's literally no stakes.
That's true.
Like, it's okay to take your time on a song and get it where you want it. We were both totally cool compromising on each parts that we had written until the other person was really happy with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Step 7, write the ending.
So usually when I bring in quote-unquote completed songs, I have no idea how to end them. That's my Achilles heel as a songwriter, is that I'm not very good at ending songs.
Meanwhile, what I will do is I'll know how to end it and I'll know how to title it. The rest of it is a mystery.
So as soon as the lyrics are over, I have pretty much no idea what's supposed to happen next. So what we did is we stole a bass line that he was using, something like and we ended up putting that on guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Sage took that and ran with it and just started transposing it up about a third each time. So Stage starts going up. Did
you call him Stage?
Did I really?
I think I heard Stage.
I don't know his name.
Stange Jords. So the way that you finish a song is you take what you were doing as a bass fill, you give it to the guitar guy, you make the bass player do not a goddamn thing, and then no. Support roles, yay!
Step 8, record.
For most of this album, it was just this guy and me alone in the basement. He was doing all the guitar work. I was doing all the drum work because our drummer had left.
And I've always done all the guitar work.
Yeah, up till recently because we found Stooge or whatever his name is. And we got Doug Barrett on drums. The last 3 songs that we recorded, they were in the room for. So I don't know if any of you have ever recorded a song before, but the way you record a song is you play it until you hate yourself, and
Hell
then it's
yeah.
almost done.
I have found that it is extremely useful to get too familiar with the song. So what we did when we recorded it is we just did piano, bass, and drums, so there was less noise bleed. The way that we mic everything, the guitar would have come through all of the drum mics, and we're in a small room, so we try to record live as much as possible, and we usually do, but the guitar is going to present issues, so we had Sage record that after we did the bed track, and then we put the vocals on, I think, last.
Yep.
Step 9, regret.
So I think step 9 is the most important step
Acceptance.
because it allows room for growth.
The stages of recording are not unlike the stages of grief.
So regret. Every time we record my vocals, I like them for a little while and then I dislike them forever. On this song in particular, there's this high octave part where I'm like,
There is nothing left that I remember, no trace of my home.
and he loves it, and I'm okay with it. I think I could have done better.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to sacrifice perfection in order to get the best emotional quality out of a song. It's another reason why we've never used a click track.
I love not playing to a click track.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah.
Similarly, we'll never use auto-tune unless it's as a joke. There seems to be something that happens when a vocalist is at the peak of their range. It tends to emote more. I find that vocal performance that we captured to be quite emotive, and it's my favorite part of the song, hands down. It's my favorite part of the song, hands down.
There's some other stuff. I think there's like one wrong keyboard note in the final performance. It's like toward the very end. I'm not sure I could point to exactly where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's in there.
One of the things when you that you open yourself up for when you're in a prog rock band, perhaps such as ourselves, is the margin of error is great. Because the more notes you play, the more wrong notes you can play. It's like whatever the opposite of minimalism is. Maximalism.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have been that hard.
No, but it's spelled M-A-C-K.
Okay.
Yes. There's that riff thing at the end when the guitar is doing that awesome ascending. The bass just does the steady bass line at first. And then it switches to this little riff that goes. Getting those to come out cleanly in one performance was kind of challenging. I didn't like the original take that I did. Similarly to how I enjoyed Mac's vocal that he wasn't pleased with. Everyone else did not have a problem with my bass part.
Yep.
However, it's my studio. So I came in and I redid it, which there is footage of me doing on my Instagram. It is fun to note that is not the take that I used, and I redid it a bunch past that, and I think the take on Instagram is better than what is on the album. Anyway, I still only hear the flaws in it. So it's probably the same that you have with your vocal.
Yeah, exactly.
Sage still comes to me sometimes after listening to that song and be like, man, that bass fill is really cool. And I'll go, oh, I thank you. And then I'll hand him $5.
Why do I think regret is the most important stage? It's because there is always another song. Ideally, every song is better.
Yeah.
That's why you have to write 5,000 songs.
In a row.
So yeah, those are the steps. Step 1, you steal from the Foo Fighters. Step 2, you steal from early 20th century classical music.
Such as Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Step 3, you write some stuff. Step 4, you write some other stuff. Step 5, you show people. Step 6, your bassist didn't like the goddamn chorus. Step 7, you figure out how it goddamn ends. Step 8, you record. And step 9, you regret every choice you made.
Yep. But you also press on. I think one of the important things with the regret is to analyze what you don't like about it and just make sure you change that in the next song you do.
And ideally, you like more than you don't like. I like it a lot.
As the albums progress, the more you like them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Thirsty and McWanago, I hope that helped you. You have a great future ahead of you, and you're totally real.
An almanac.
All right, so
Step up, down, 6.
No, but yeah, like
Regret.
up, down.
Yeah, upside down. I should have said upside down. Did I say up down?
Yes, you did. Can I just look worried off to the side?
Yeah.
What step is this again?
Step 6, Kurt hates the chorus.
Step 6, right the ending.
Step
Wait, step
7.
fuck. Step fuck the fuck.
I decided to do.
Or Manitoba.
Well, I decided to do that instead of horny in Manitoba.
Man, look at my wig. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. Let me take that again. Sometimes you have to. Whoa! What happened there?
I don't
had a
know.
séjour.
Is that French?
Oui.
And then we had Sorge do some stuff, and then Sorge thought of some more stuff. Sorge thought of. Should I say his real name?
You know it couldn't hurt.
So
It's
what is his name?
I forget.
This is weird because I have a stigmatism and they're not the right ones for me.
If you click up here, you can get to the original recording of Surface Tension.
If you click here, you can listen to the full album on YouTube.
In the description below, you'll find links to our Patreon and our Bandcamp. Please donate.
And our music is available streaming everywhere things stream.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Later, nerds.